Hey, muchachos! Welcome to episode 3 of
Callate!
Let Me Finish. Let's start today.
We've been getting a lot of feedback on our last episode about La Madrehood. It's been a lot of great feedback, and we just want to thank everybody. As moms and as parents, I feel like we think the same way, but we don't really vocalize it. So we're all in this club together. We hear and we see you guys. Thank you guys so much. It really means a lot to us.
It does. It really does. Let's do our word of the week for this week. So the word of the week is
Vergüenza.
Let's give an example of what vergüenza is, Reyna.
So vergüenza, I think the definition of vergüenza is kind of like embarrassment, right? But I feel like embarrassment is a little too light.
Too light.
So vergüenza is something like you feel in your chest and in your soul and in your DNA, something like you're like, trágame tierra, okay?
Literally.
And the reason we picked this word is because our episode today is about cultura shock. So quick example of what cultura shock is. Obviously, I was born in Mexico, raised here, but I feel like my first moment of my cultura shock, and I remember it very precise. I was in gym class. You know how they make you do the little pacer test? Like how many pull-ups you could do and all that shit. And I remember sitting there, and you had to do it like in front of the whole class, right? And I see this girl, and I remember what her name is. I still know who you are, girl. She went up there. She was doing her pull-ups, and then all of a sudden, her tanga popped out. And I'm telling
grade was
this is fucking elementary school, like 5th or 6th grade.
No mames.
I swear to you. So then I was like, like obviously I knew what it was.
Wait. First of all, okay, was she white?
She was
Okay,
white.
okay.
But the thing is that I knew what it was, right? But I feel like in our culture, like that is for like señoritas.
Grown woman.
Señoritas, right? Anyways, I went home and I told my mom. So I asked my mom, I was like, Ma, girls in my grade are wearing tangas. Like, can I start wearing one? And let's just say it didn't go very well. She was like, Santa Maria, throwing blessing water on me because she was like, girl, that ain't for us. Esos son pa los gringos. And if that niña is wearing a tanga, it's because she's probably already, doing that stuff. That's not part of our culture. And I think that was like the first culture story that I have, like
Really?
cultura shock for me. I was like, oh. So growing up, I always thought we weren't allowed to wear tangas until we lost our virginity.
Yeah. For me, I mean, cultura shock to me, I guess, was like later in the middle school years. It was for like girls when we got our period. And in our culture, I mean, as far as I know for me, my family and girls, we're not allowed to wear tampons until you're not a virgin anymore, We
wear the big diapers.
Las pinches toallotas, like pinches pañales, So that was, to me, I was like, wait, why?
Yeah, that's definitely part of our culture.
Yeah,
like usas esas cosas.
It's like, that means that you're like not a virgin anymore.
So what is cultura shock? So cultura shock is culture shock, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we both grew up in Mexico to a point of acknowledgement, right? Because I mean, there's people that come here when they're 1 or when they're 3 and stuff.
I was out.
5.
I mean, you were 5, but I was 7, so I had.
So you went to kindergarten.
Yeah, kindergarten for. I think I made it to 2nd grade.
Okay. Yeah.
So for me, it was a big difference.
For sure.
Like coming from being actually spending years ya grande, like a little bit that I could acknowledge, to coming here and getting into 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And realizing that nobody fucking spoke Spanish.
Oh my God, I went through the same thing.
And then did they put you in ESL classes?
Oh, for sure. ESL until like 5th grade, maybe.
Bitch, they kicked me out after 1 year.
Really?
Culture shock. I don't know why.
Why?
I did 1 year of ESL.
Maybe you picked it up really quick.
But I didn't, because when they put me in regular classes, I was like, what? Okay. I struggled because, I mean, I couldn't even ask to go to the bathroom. Like my first experience saying I need to go to the bathroom was, I heard kids coming out from my class and telling the teacher. So I would like kind of like listen and be like, okay, I think I got it. Like, I think I can say it.
Oh my God.
And like, I got the courage to get up and like ask the teacher. And I was like ni me acuerdo cómo lo dije, pero me entendió. And I was like, oh, thank God, because I've been holding the fucking pain all this time.
Oh my gosh. So I went through the same thing because I didn't know how to say that I needed to go to the bathroom in kindergarten. So I would hold it
Yeah.
until the end of the day. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I would pee myself on the
Mm.
bus because I couldn't hold it any
Aw.
longer. It's fucking
I
awful.
love it.
But I tried to extend my stay in ESOL because it was where all the cool kids were going. So I made myself stay in there till like 5th grade when I still didn't even need it anymore.
Somehow I fucking managed to get out of there and just like
"It's
keep
fine."
going.
Sending her ass back to class.
At least I know how to say, how can I use the first
Sleep.
No, yeah, I was like, I think this is how I said it. I was like, "Is there just go to the bathroom?" The teacher was proud of me. She's like, "Oh
Aw.
my gosh." She's like, "Yeah, you can go. Go ahead." I was like, "Okay, pues por lo menos me
You were
entendió porque I was like,
corriendo
estaba
to the
viendo."
back. That's awful. So, cultura shock is something when you think what is yours is everybody else's, but then you come to like the realization that like, oh shit, like that's crazy. It's not.
It's not.
So I think one of the things, because I went to school in Mexico too, kindergarten, and I struggled during nap time because
Oh yeah, because you were in kindergarten. We don't do that in Mexico.
we don't do that in Mexico. Like, we don't do that. And not only that, in Mexico, you're very, like, you grow up, like, cuidando tus cosas, right? Because you think that somebody else is going to take them. So for me, when nap time came around, I was like, ¿qué tal si me roban mis cosas? And I'm asleep. So I don't think I ever slept in kindergarten. I'm going to be honest with you because yo estaba cuidando mis cosas, make sure nobody's going to take them. So I was like, everybody else knocked out. And I'm like, ¿y qué tal si se roban mis cosas while I'm asleep?
In kindergarten, you
I'm
were
stressed
thinking
the
about
hell out
that?
that in kindergarten, okay? That's the, like, your culture from Mexico because you're, like, siempre escondiéndote el pinche dinero en las calcetas or watchando tu purse and
Where
stuff.
did you live in Mexico?
Mexico City, girl! So, yeah, that was just, I think that, to me, cultura shock for sure. And
Definitely. That's kind of traumatizing.
you
and
know
you're-
what else, do?
What?
Freaking Christmas time.
What about it?
Okay, so obviously you go to break on Christmas, and then I would come back to school, and everybody's excited, and they start talking about Santa Claus. Who the heck is Santa Claus? Cultura shock.
Yeah, because we don't have that.
So I went home and I was like, Mom, like, en la escuela están diciendo que les traen cosas Santa Claus. Like, who's Santa Claus? Because to us, son los Reyes Magos.
En enero.
Yeah, en enero.
Like
So you don't get nothing in, like, during
December.
Christmas. Yeah. So Santa Claus comes in December, and then los Reyes Magos, which is the 3 wise men, they come in enero. And I asked my mom, I was like, hey, like, why doesn't Santa Claus bring me anything? She's like, that's only for the gringos. Not only that, so my stuff growing up, living here, they were always used.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
mis juguetes.
I never got any shit.
Yeah, so like mis juguetes, they always look like they were
Mine were
second.
from Goodwill.
Yes. So then I would ask my mom, I would be like, why don't the Reyes Magos like bring me
New toys.
She'd be like, oh, it's because los Reyes Magos, those are for the poor kids and the Mexican kids. But Santa Claus brings the new toys to
The rich white
to
kids.
the like the gringos, the rich ones. And I remember every year writing to Santa because here they always talk about Santa and all these things. So then I would leave a little note in my stocking every year. I'd be like, I know that I don't really speak English, but I would really love for you to bring me something new. I'm sad thinking about it. Why would my mom tell me that? That is so traumatizing. And I would be so pissed off at Santa because he would never bring me anything, even though I would write letters to him every fucking year.
That's fucked up.
That's so fucked up. That's so
Okay, my
fucked up.
parents never did that shit to me.
So
like-
did Santa Claus bring you stuff?
Eventually.
Did he?
Eventually, it was like, at some point it was both. Because I was like the only child, bitch, for like a
Good
little
for
bit.
you.
I got here at 7 years old.
Uh-huh.
And my sister I was 10. Yeah, so I was here for a little bit before she came into the
Uh-huh.
world. So I got to experience like a little bit of that. Like, pero it wasn't like right away. Like the first year, I didn't know what Santa Claus was tampoco. So I got Los Reyes Magos.
Mm-hmm.
But then eventually they started incorporating Santa Claus and Reyes Magos. So I was like, damn. I was like,
You're
I'm
like,
getting both.
Ya estás aquí en los Estados Unidos, so here you go, Santa
And then,
Claus.
but no, eventually, the Reyes Magos just kind of started like,
Really?
it was just Santa after that.
Mine were always los Reyes.
Which I kind of miss that because coming from Mexico, for Santa, asking, I guess, gifts to Santa compared to Los Reyes Magos is different. Because in Mexico, you write your letter and you put it in your shoe
True.
and you leave it outside and just put it right there. And like, the next day you wake up and like, I think the letter is gone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was gone. I don't know.
My
but
parents would always leave it. Like,
but the gifts were not wrapped. So I was
No.
able to see everything.
Mhm.
But Santa, you, I guess in a way, wrote a letter too, but you would put it in a tree.
Oh, you would put it in a tree?
In a tray. And I would leave cookies and milk because Santa Claus, the movie, that was my shit. I knew what to do because of that movie, so I would leave cookies and
That is so
leche.
funny. Mine, I would leave out cookies and milk, and my parents didn't even have the decency to at least eat
I'd take a
them.
bite or anything.
At least minimum, take a bite of the cookie or something, right? They didn't even care to do that for me.
Aw, sorry.
It's awful. But you know what's another crazy one? Spicy food. I always thought I've been eating spicy since I was really little.
Yeah.
So I thought everybody just ate spicy. So when I went to go eat at my friend's house for the first time, she was my neighbor, they were eating some dry ass shit. And I was like, do you guys like, ¿dónde está like la salsa? Mínimo limón or something. Nothing. Spices on this thing. Oh, tortillas were another. I was like, this is so weird. You guys just
eat it like that?
Like arroz with pollo que
Like,
no tiene ni sazón?
You don't want tortillas with that?
Nothing, dude. That one was like mine. It was like cultura shock right there. And I think another one is birthday parties. Kids' birthday parties.
It's not about the kids.
No. You would go to your primo's birthday party. They had some modelos. They had música ranchera playing. Maybe they would pay attention to the kid like while you're like...
Nada más para el pastel.
El pastel and maybe breaking the piñata.
Yeah.
So when I went to my first gringo birthday party, like the whole party revolved around the kid. And I was like...
And it lasts like what, 2 hours?
Like 2 hours. And I was like, where is the alcohol? Obviously, I was a kid, but I'm like, ¿dónde están los tíos tomando? Like, where? Like, this is so cool. It's literally about you.
And it's like, it ends at 4, so you guys make sure you get your stuff. And you...
But it was the coolest thing, though, because our birthday parties are definitely not like that.
Well, in Mexico, no. Acá, they were a bit different because we had less family. But in Mexico...
It's not even about the kids.
It's not. Like, my primera comunión, when I did my primera comunión in Mexico, they killed a big-ass pig, and, like, they went all out. And, like, the back lot was, like, full of beer, and it was just mainly for, like, everybody else.
It's honestly just like a family reunion.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're all just drinking. And, like,
and where's Brenda? Who knows? She's
I was
over
already
there
knocked
somewhere.
out. Like, by 9 or 10, I was already gone. But the party kept going.
It just blew my mind when I went to that first birthday. I was like, wow, like your birthday is actually about you and your parents, and everybody here is literally just paying attention
and
to you.
it's early. They do their parties early.
Oh, yeah.
Big culture shock también fue like when I would get invited to parties, and it's like, yeah, it starts like at 12 or like 1. And then it's like at 4. Wait, I thought the parties would start at 6, 7 at night and keep going. And they're like, no, we have stuff to do.
You definitely can't be late for that.
No,
because then you're not making it.
You'll miss it.
That is so funny. And I think another one too is when you like arrive to a party or any kind of event with your family, like tradiciones, like you have to go and say hi to everybody.
I hate that.
You have to like saludarlos.
Beso y like handshake, whatever.
Can I be honest with you? Why do we do the kiss? You do the hug and then you kiss the air, but like while your cheeks are together. Like, why do we do that? It's tradición, right? Like you're just kissing the air. So that to me, coming here is cultura shock. Not only that, I think like announcing your presence and the way it like affected my adulthood was I say good morning to everybody. Like I have to let people know
that you're there,
that I'm there. But it's not because I'm like I want attention. It's just because
respect.
It's just respect to me, to us. And I remember the first time I went in to my friend's house and I went to go say hi to the mom con el beso, and she was freaked out by me.
You're like, what are you doing?
¡Qué vergüenza! Yeah. That vergüenza for sure.
Did she at least like lean in to like?
She did not lean in. She took my hand. And then I went in, and then she like went like this, and I was like, I guess we don't do that here.
We don't do that.
We don't do that. And I was like, okay, well, but now,
nice to meet you.
But now, I mean, that's how we do it. I know, I don't make my kids do that, but they have to show respect and be like,
yes,
hey,
like. I mean, I also grew up like that, but as an introvert, I don't like doing that. Especially when you have so many family members. Or when you go to another family's event and que no te caen tan bien. It's like, really? Do I really gotta say hi? Like, so I just be like, hola, buenas noches. Like, I'm here, bitches, you know. But I don't go like, for me, it's, I don't know. I guess it might look like I'm a grosera.
Oh, and
let
they
them
definitely
know.
think you're grosera. No, but I mean, like, people, if you don't say hello, you're definitely grosera
Yeah.
to people
But
in
I
our
mean,
culture.
I know for me, as long as because I mean, we have to break out of that too. Like, you don't have to say hi to everybody.
I do. I like saying hi to everybody.
I mean, okay, that's you. But me, like,
I'm
if
like,
I know you, like, I will say hi. If I know you, but I don't really like you, I will say hi, but keep my distance. I will just like,
really?
yeah, because I just don't like faking it. Like, I'm not gonna go to you and like give you a fucking kiss. And there's
Yeah.
boundaries.
I mean, I
you
get
know?
it. I get it for other people, but for me, I love doing it. And you know what's funny? My mom the other day was telling me that if you thought this is awkward, back in the day when she was growing up, you know what they used to say to their elders?
What?
They used to go up to them and be like, Santos, Santos. Like saying hi to your tío or your abuelita or something. Isn't that weird? I was like, so no los abrazabas? She's like, no, the hug comes after.
So you do Santos.
So you're like
and
Santos,
then, like,
and then they're supposed to like put their hand on your shoulder to show like, come on in for the hug.
oh, like you're approved.
You're approved. Like, it's so funny, but that
never
cultura
heard of
shock for
that.
sure. So another thing too, I think when my grandma came to visit us for the first time. Now, backstory: my grandma, she works at the tianguis. Can you explain what a
Aw.
tianguis is?
It's like a flea market.
Yes.
Right?
So it's a
In
flea
Mexico.
market. Yeah. So she's always sold stuff at the tianguis. That is how she's always made a living throughout her whole life. So the first time she came to see us, I remember I took her to the mall to get shoes and
Where
tell
she's
me
going.
why this woman. This was cultura shock to her because we went to the mall to get her shoes. Tell me why she liked these pair of shoes. And I was like, okay, I'll wait. Like, let's just put them on the counter. The shoes, let's just say they were $30. Tell me why this señora is trying to tell me to tell the cash register guy that she'll pay $20 for them. I'm like, wait, we don't do that here, okay? She was trying to like regatear, okay? Qué vergüenza. And then she kept like
No,
insisting.
dile.
She's like, dile que le vamos a dar los $20. I'm like, abue, aquí no se hace eso, abue. Aquí no se hace eso. That cultura shock to her, vergüenza for
To
me.
you.
Because I was like, trágame tierra. Because the cashier guy, and you know, they're always like young guys, he could see her frustration. So he's asking me what's happening. And I was too like envergonzada to say anything because I was just freaked out. I was like, Grandma, let me just pay the $30. He said no, okay? In our culture, you do not disrespect your elders, especially your abuelita. You can't do that. So I just had to lie to her and be like, Grandma, he said no, okay? Yeah, vámonos. Get $30 for the shoes, vámonos, yeah.
Oh, your abuelita.
My abuelita was like, oh my God, abue, this is not a tianguis. I do love her though. She's always trying to catch a deal. But you know what I've heard? I heard that you actually can regatear in some stores.
And the tianguis?
Not in the tianguis. Like, I think, I guess you can. Price match.
Okay, that's the gringo way nowadays.
I've
I feel
heard.
like that was not like a thing back then.
No, but like I've heard people actually do it. I've seen it like on Reddit and stuff like that.
Well,
That
if
people
you
do
put
regatear.
price match, then that's different.
I guess that's kind of like
it
regateando.
is.
Like
'Cause,
gateanguis.
yeah, but like that's like
But in this culture, in like Estados Unidos, they're just not used to that.
yeah.
So I think that's why a lot of people don't know about it until somebody from outside comes in and they're like, hey, you actually can regatear.
It's just called
But like price match.
it's price
But it's
match.
called price match, aka regateando.
Regateando.
Oh,
So many cultura shocks. Yeah.
but you know what was one?
What?
Growing up undocumented. Yes. Growing up undocumented, I think that to me was the most cultura shock to me.
When did you find out that you were undocumented?
Obviously knew I knew that we walked here, but in my head, I thought everybody did, right? Like, you're a kid, you don't understand like why we're having to do this and hide in the fucking bushes and shit like that. Right? Like, I knew we walked here, but I didn't know it was because we were undocumented. So I think I found out until I was maybe in middle school when everybody started getting their learner's permit.
And you couldn't.
So I went home and I told my mom, I was like, hey, Ma, like everybody at school is getting their learner's permit. When can I go get mine? And that's when really shit hit me. What about you?
I knew from the very beginning.
You did?
I mean, you did come here at 5, so you were much younger. I was 7. I also too thought that everybody crossed the river, but apparently not everybody crossed the river. So that was okay. Like, so am I the only one?
So
Like,
not everybody walked here?
I was like, well, you don't walk and swim here. You came through an airplane? I was like, oh, that
What
must
is
be
an
nice.
airplane?
That must be nice. But no, right away, I knew that I didn't really know the legal terms, but I knew that I wasn't from here and that I had limits to being here.
Really?
Yeah,
At that age?
at that age, they were already telling me, like, we have to be cuidado con la policía, like, but this was for my parents, not for like me.
Right.
But as I got older, I realized, and then like, watching the news, fucking September 11 happened the year that I got here.
Really?
So I got here May 1st, 2001, and then months later, 9/11 happened.
Wow.
So I was seeing all of that in the news and all of these things happening, and I learned that, like I told you, like I was very mature for my age.
I mean, that's really
I
mature.
knew a lot of shit, so it never really even bothered me or crossed my mind when I saw my friends getting permits and doing work exit and driving, getting their permits to drive and everything. Because I can't do that. I had came to the like point of acceptance that like
Yeah.
that I couldn't do that. That's something that was never going to happen for me unless I married a gringo or something. But I was not thinking like about that like at that point. Yeah, like it was like really like known to me like pretty early.
Dang, no, not me. I think when I came home, my mom had a talk with me, and it's just hard to. I can't imagine saying that to like my brother who's 14, because it was like, hey, you're not from here, but you're here, but you don't have like the liberty to do what everybody else is doing. That to me was like a punch in the gut, I think it was. Because after that, after I had that discussion with my parents, I think that's when I started losing motivation.
Yeah, because okay, so I'm going to high school,
Uh-huh.
pero para qué? Like,
Mhm.
am I gonna be able to go to college? Am
Mhm.
I gonna be able to get a job?
Mhm.
And a job possibly, but like, it was gonna be kind of like
Low paying
low
job.
paying and under the
Under the
table,
table.
like everybody else that I knew of did. So up until what was it, 2012 when DACA happened?
It was during Obama's turn.
No, it was 2014. Because, okay, so I had Lila in 2012. I did not get a permit and a driver license till 2 years later, and Lila was two. That's when I remember that. That was the first time that I was able to drive
Legally.
legally.
Were you driving before?
Fuck no.
I was. I've been driving since I was 15.
I know, and that's when because like I saw you like your like social medias, and I'm like, this bitch is driving and working. She must be from here.
I
Like I
wasn't.
didn't need
I was doing
papeles
it.
or something. No, like my parents did not want me to risk it
Really?
at all because they knew, and especially after I had Lila, they're like, no, you're not driving.
You know, I think about it now, and I was like, how did my parents let their 15-year-old go pick up her friends, drive from Woodstock all the way to North Point Mall with no
They
licencia,
trusted
nothing?
you, and
Oh, it's
like
not that they trusted me. I was bad. I was bad. I was really bad. But to me, that I started losing motivation. I was like, why am I in school anymore? Like, what's the point of going to school? And then they would be like, well, because you have to get a good, like, if you go to high school, you're going to get a good job. And then I was like, how am I going to get a good job if I don't have papeles? Like, I was just so confused at the point of going to school, which they kept pushing me and pushing me. But I did try to drop
like
out at
finish high
16.
school.
Yeah, I did
So
try
you
to.
didn't even want to finish high school?
I didn't want to, because I was like, there's no fucking point. Like, what is the point of finishing? And they were like, no, ahorita, maybe there's not a point right now, pero qué tal si en el futuro there is like some kind of something. And I was like, I just don't care. And I started losing a lot of motivation. Not only that, I started doing a lot of bad things that I probably shouldn't have been doing at that age. And I just didn't care. I didn't care. I barely even graduated high school because I just didn't
Bitch,
care.
I saw you at the graduation.
No, I mean, I graduated high school.
No, I know, but I
just
can't
didn't
believe
care.
that you had to go through that and you were thinking that,
Yeah.
like, que, ahora sí que te graduaste de panzazo, because, like, you literally...
I really did. I really did. I just saw no point in it. Now I look back and I'm like, girl, I'm so glad you
Thank God,
did.
yeah.
But I just didn't care. I didn't care. I was just doing a lot of bad things. And I was a good girl in school, but outside of school, but I was always known as like the quiet one. But it was probably because I was not doing good outside. You know what I mean? I was just really bad.
I just always saw you as very, like, lively and bubbly. Like, I never thought that you were, like, pinche loca, yeah, like, doing crazy
I
shit.
was, yeah. But I think that's like, why was I doing that? Because I was already undocumented. It's hard to believe, but I was really shy growing up. And I think it was because, your parents tell you, like, hey, like, don't call too much attention to yourself.
Maybe that's why I was like that.
Yeah.
I'm still shy in a way.
Like,
but...
I was bad, but I was, like, at the same time, I could, like, blend in. You know what I mean? At least at school, make sure my parents weren't in trouble, because I was mainly focused on not getting my parents in trouble and shit.
Yeah.
But I was very reservada.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're going around telling people
I didn't
Right.
know that half of my friends were undocumented.
Because it's not something
It's not
talked
something
about.
that you go around saying oh yeah. But from what I'm recalling right now, damn, a lot of my friends were undocumented.
Yeah.
And the ones that I did knew were undocumented. They crossed in an airplane, and I'm like,
How?
how do you do that? Because they would always be like, oh yeah, crucé por la línea. Like how? You didn't have to go through the water and the
Almost
desert,
drown.
almost drown, and
You
bitten
made
by
it?
mosquitoes and all. Like, what do you mean? I was 7 and I went through all that, and you went through línea. And I would always be like, dang, what are my parents trying to find a fucking easier way for me to come here? I was like, why me?
And that was, I think, in a way, that was a little bit of a cultura shock because I was like, not all Latinos are undocumented.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, wait, you were born here? We knew that gringos were divorced. They had divorced parents.
Most of them, yeah.
Wait, the first time I found out one of my Latino friends, her parents were divorced, I was like, ¿y eso que no se aguantan? Como my mom and dad do? No se aguantan.
No son tóxicos.
No son tóxicos. No se están matando. They actually divorced. That was mind blowing to me. Because I was like, hey, do you want to do something this weekend? She's like, no, I have to go to my dad's. And I was like, your parents are divorced?
You don't live with them?
And she was Mexican. I was like, how? No se aguantaron?
What?
Yes.
That's new.
Cultura shock for sure.
You didn't say for the children?
Because that is in our culture. Te aguantas hasta la muerte, no matter what, right?
Which is kind of sad.
It is very sad. We'll get into that in later
Eventually,
episodes.
yes.
So, speaking of marriage, we both married outside of our culture. In a way. I mean, you're
yeah.
Latina.
Still Latino,
Latinos.
but way different.
Yes. So, how was that?
That was, first of all, so when I first met Fernando, this was through MySpace.
Okay, I want you to tell them about the whole Fernando thing because I always thought that was the most interesting thing.
Of how I met him?
Well, not only that, but why you approached him or why.
Oh, I don't even, it was MySpace days, okay? This
Uh-huh.
was years ago. And I don't even know how he got in my, I guess, DMs. He sent, I didn't know him. All I remember is getting a friend request from some DR Love, tall black guy. And I was like,
Dr. Love.
Dr. Love. I was like, okay. And he said he was from Woodstock High School. At first, I didn't know he was Latino at all. Because his photo, he had no name. And we just started talking. And then eventually he's like, oh, yeah, by the way, my name's Fernando. And I'm like, black guy. Name Fernando. I was like, wait a minute, that's my grandpa.
That right there, cultura shock.
Cultura shock. So I was like, wait, that's my
yeah.
grandpa's name. And he's like, oh, yeah, and I speak Spanish too. And I'm like, bitch, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, I'm Dominican. I'm like, Dominican? That's how I started to get to know him. And I was just shocked that he spoke Spanish.
That he was black and that he spoke Spanish.
And that he spoke Spanish. And you're Latino. That was a big culture shock to me. If you think Mexicans are loud and crazy.
But we're really not. I mean, we are, but not to the extent of
them.
levels of Latinos.
Caribbean people are loud and crazy. And it's a whole other level. I was shocked. I was shocked that my family drank. Eran borrachos en de Mexico.
Uh-huh.
But then I saw his family drinking and I'm like, what the No, they can drink from 9 a.m. in the morning till 9 a.m. in the other day, and they're still awake, and they're still cooking, and they're still dancing, and they don't get tired.
Oh my God.
You guys are just too much. It was exhausting, dealing with his family sometimes.
That's crazy.
Because they would never stop. Whenever I would go to his house, it was always a party.
Oh my God.
Always a party. The people were always drinking, and my parents were like, what the fuck? They were like, where are you going?
What are you guys celebrating every single day at this
they're
point?
just chilling.
That's just how they chill.
That's just how they are. That was a big culture shock, getting to know Dominican culture.
Well, for me, it's the opposite. My husband is white. And I think it's more of a cultura shock to him coming into it.
Yeah, too.
Because he's came in here. I don't really see his family much. But I think to him, just having to say hello to everybody. He knows it's standard. So the first time I was like, hey, you need to go say hi to everybody, especially my tios and especially my grandma.
Yeah.
And then you got to say one more round when we're leaving. So you got to go ahead and do your little, and now we got to say bye. So go ahead and say bye to everybody again, right? And then I think food. I don't think he's ever ate spicy in his whole life until he met me.
He was missing out.
he was missing out. But now he knows his stomach is fucked up, and it's normal because that's how we are.
Gastritis.
Gastritis. That's just part of our culture too. I think it's more of him having to put up with me, honestly, because not that I have to take care of my parents, but to me they've done a lot of stuff in my life that it's an honor to be able to take care of them. I can't wait the day that I'm able to take care of them 100%
Completely.
financially, right? But to him, I think he doesn't understand that. So every time like my dad's in trouble or my mom needs something, like I drop everything and I obviously help them.
Mhm.
And I think he struggles with that in a way because he doesn't, not that he gets mad. I think he's just like, why do you have to do these things? Why do you always have to drop things for this?
They're your parents.
Yeah, they're my parents. My parents have given me everything that they could. And obviously, they brought me to this country to have a better life. So I feel, I don't want to say like I owe them because
Yeah.
that sounds harsh, but
It's just
I
nice.
want to.
Yeah, you want
I
to.
want to be able to help them. I remember talking to one of my friends recently, and she said, I don't owe my parents anything.
Yeah.
And I understand that from her perspective because maybe she didn't have a good relationship with her parents growing up. But with me, I mean, we all have our trauma, right? Like we said, like we're parents, we're literally winging it all the time. And I think that's how I see it now. And they did the best that they could with what they had. And to me, it's an honor to be able to take care of them and help them out when I can. My parents are separated. They've been separated for a while. And in our culture, like the woman depends on the men a lot. So
I struggle with that with my mom.
first of all, that another cultura shock because to her, we don't leave our husbands no matter what
No matter
the
what, like
situation is.
the fact that our parents ended up actually separating
Yes.
to what?
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Like
Like,
in
why
our
are you
family,
guys
I
like?
think my parents are on my mom's side of the
I
family,
think
my
so
parents.
too because my family in Mexico, they all hate each other, but they're still together.
Yes.
That's how they live.
So my mom didn't know how to do anything. So obviously, me being the oldest and the only woman, I was like, of course, I'm gonna help her. I'm not just gonna like let her.
I wish I could do what you're doing for your mom, for my mom. Because, like, obviously, my mom también, like, she's on her own. Like, she was with my dad for forever. And when they separated, like, she also, like, dependía de él, you know? Like, she did
Mhm.
work sometimes, but like, she was mainly a stay-at-home mom the whole time.
Yeah.
So when they separated, obviously, I have my own struggles. I have 3 kids. And then she's got my sister and my brother. So she is not just ella, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is kind of hard because I'm not financially stable where I can like help her. I feel like you in a way are more able to
A
do
little
that.
bit. A little
Yeah,
bit.
but I unfortunately I can barely take care of myself and 3 kids.
Yeah.
So I struggle with that because I want to give her everything that she possibly could need, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah, because it's honoring. I honestly,
Yeah.
I find it really truly honor. And I think a lot of people, they're like, why do you have to take care of her? Like, why can't she take care of herself? I don't think I owe her anything. I want to.
It's not her fault because
No,
like
it's
that's
not
the
her
culture
fault.
that we grew up in. You get a guy, you get a man, and he takes care of you.
Mm,
Mexican women are not really like told or go like be able to go out there and have a career. Like it's mostly like take care of the kids. So they really can like, and that's like the thing that we're trying to break out of, like that
yeah.
like thing that you have to depend on a man.
And I think that's why I'm so the opposite of that.
Yeah, me too. I don't like I also need to prove to myself that I don't need a man to help
Yes.
me.
Mhm.
That's a cycle that we all need to break and our culture, Mexican culture, especially women. Like I applaud you for being able to do that to your mom.
Yeah. I mean, not by myself. I don't think I could do it by myself, to be honest with you. I
But
mean,
you're
I have.
doing it, you know? But I mean,
Yeah.
at least you have a good husband and
Uh
like
huh.
you're able to do that.
You know what else? Him marrying into, being a part of a family. One thing I realized that's freaking mind blowing to me, like he would talk to cousins or something on the
Mhm.
phone, and before he would hang up the phone, he would say, I love you to them. We don't do that.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We're not well my family is not affectionate. Maybe that's why I'm like my daughter described me as a cat
Yes.
because in my family, we're not affectionate.
I wonder if it's like, I'm really curious if anybody else's Mexican family was affectionate because not in my family either.
No, we
I feel like we have different ways of showing we love you. Like
as
my mom,
te quiero way, like
te quiero
pero te
pendeja
pega, no?
or
Yeah,
something,
like
right?
it's in a
I don't
violent
even
way.
remember. Okay, my mom gets mad because I always tell her, I'm like, remember you saying like te quiero, like nothing. I don't ever remember it, like from neither of my parents ever. Their way of showing love was like, hey, I'm paying these bills.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm taking you on vacation. Hey, te voy a, like,
Do you
lavar
need
el baño.
anything?
You know, like, I
Yeah.
cook food for you.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
growing up, that was like, it's not that they don't love you. It's just that's their way
Way
of
of showing it
that they love you.
by doing things for you.
I was an adult. I was probably like 25 years old when I heard Michael say I love you to his cousin. And then I heard it another time with his sister. And I was like, dude, I don't say that to my parents. Never. Me
Never.
and my brother Teto, he married outside of the culture. He's also married to a gringa. But now sometimes he says I love you to me before we hang up. And I'm like, dude, don't
Aw.
fucking say that. That's fucking weird. It's like something we understand that we love each other, but it's
We don't
fucking weird
say
when
it.
you say it.
Yeah.
Now, when my husband or my kids say it, or like
It's
my
different.
sister-in-law, it's different. But like, I don't want to hear my fucking brother say that to me. That's fucking
You know,
weird.
no, it's like been maybe like years. Like my mom will like say like instead of saying te amo, she would just be like tamo. Cause we can't fucking say the
We
word.
cannot say it.
We're,
What is wrong with us?
Like we love each other. I mean, to some point, you know, a veces make like you like your family just crash, you know.
Yeah.
But you still have love for your siblings,
Yeah.
you know, and your parents. But we don't ever say like te quiero or like I miss you.
Nada.
Even with my sister, like if we miss each other, whatever, we will literally just send each other like a meme. It's like pendeja or showing something like but being mean towards each other, but
That's how me and my
that's
brother
how
are.
we show love. Like, okay, I know you miss me, you bitch.
And sometimes I'll like sit in the living room and like Gigi will be sitting there with me and she'll like say it randomly. Or sometimes Ethan will be upstairs and then he'll yell down the stairs and say like, I love you.
My kids do that.
And I'm like, I mean, it's so fucking weird. It's not something that we grew up with.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I love it. Did he really just say that?
It's like,
I
what do
love
you
too.
want?
Yeah, not only it's really hard for me to say I love you to somebody that I don't really love.
Yeah.
Even though it's like a tradition and like sometimes this was before I was close to my sister-in-law on my husband's side, his sister. She would say I love you to me before even like knowing me. So I was like,
Why?
I feel like I'm not
there
there
yet.
Maybe she loves me because maybe I'm just like part of her family, you know, like maybe that's like their thing, but like I don't love her. But now I do. I love you. I love you because now I know you and like I love her. I do love her.
Yeah.
Because I actually feel it. So I love you to me is like
It's
like,
very deep, very personal.
I feel like in Spanish is like te quiero,
Yeah.
which translates weird in English because it's like I like you.
I like you or I want you,
Uh-huh.
pero not in
But
a
like te amo,
it's strong. Like
it's
that
like
shit's
strong.
like deep.
And you know what's funny? My son says I love you to my mom, but he says te amo. And so does Michael.
That hits harder.
So does Michael. So I'm just like, it's just weird to hear it. You know, like te amo. I'm like, that sounds like a little bit romantic.
Whenever like I'm told, I'm like, what do you want? Why are you being so nice?
So if I say I love you to you, I truly mean
Like,
it.
she
Like
means
I
it.
love you. I think I've said it to you, but she
She's
hasn't said it back, which it's okay.
But we say it through
I'm
me.
patient. I'm patient. I'll eventually get it. We're getting there. Like I love you, bitch. You know what I mean? Like she said it weirdly, but she's not ready. It's okay. It's part of the culture.
It's not that I'm not ready. I do, but it's just I don't say it. Like I show it in different ways, like the way our parents did it. Like
Yeah,
just doing things for you.
I'm doing a little bit better with it
Yeah,
at saying it.
I think I need to. Well, I am getting better at it with my kids. My kids sometimes too, out of nowhere, they'll come and hug me and they're like, "I love you, mama."
It's so
Like,
beautiful.
what do you
but
want? But like, I love you too, you know, like, and I love that my kids are actually affectionate because I was not brought up like that. So
Mm-mm.
that's why my daughter says I'm a fucking cat because like I'm not affectionate.
She's definitely.
And even with my friends, we love each other, but it's like
We just prove it.
it's like, oh, bitch, I love you. Yeah, we just prove it by just sending memes and
Yeah.
keeping in contact and calling each other out. But I do need to get better though, because
Raising Latino kids here.
I feel like we're like raising no Sabo kids.
Your kids speak Spanish?
Laila, a little bit. Dude, that's another thing. It's so hard. You say, oh, when I have kids, they're going to speak Spanish and they're going to know this and that. I did do my best with Laila. Because Laila, we all spoke Spanish, mostly Spanish, and she grabbed a little bit more Spanish. But once the twins were born, and Laila was in school already, so she was learning, because like she learned Spanish at home. She went to school knowing a little bit of English, but it wasn't hard for her to grasp it. So she was learning English at school. So coming back home and raising 3 kids, it just became more common to just...
It's easier in a way.
Yes. I don't know why though, but like,
Because
it's easier to just talk to them in English for some reason. It's the default language. Even though
it
we do
is
Spanglish, English is like the first
the
thing that comes
default
to my
thing.
mind.
To me, I think it's because my husband doesn't speak Spanish. So how can I speak to my kids in Spanish when homie don't know what I'm saying to
You're
them, you
talking to
know?
your kids, not him.
Yeah, but the thing is like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
And that's hard.
It's really hard to raise kids to know, I guess, both languages.
Yeah.
I do feel kind of ashamed that the twins don't really speak Spanish. They understand it. Te lo
Oh,
entienden.
yeah. Yeah,
Definitely.
both of my kids
Pero
understand
que
it.
te
Do they speak
hablen,
it? Ethan's like, Kira's Hugar. I'm like, baby. He's like, it's your name. You gave me the whitest name.
Ethan.
But I'm like, baby, I mean, you are half white. Your middle name is Gabriel. So, I mean, I kind of put it in there somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, when they're in school and they're learning the ABCs, you don't want to confuse them.
Exactly.
I'm confused myself. I'm not trying to confuse them.
And no, I feel like kids really grasp it really quicker. Their mind is a sponge that they can handle it. I
So.
feel like I should have done that more.
I'm trying, but I'm like, girl, you know what? You only know like 2 of the letters in the ABCs. Maybe let's just focus on English for right now, okay? And I think another thing, I feel like being Mexican, we have this beautiful culture, like El Día de los Magos, right? Los Reyes
Los
Magos.
Reyes Magos.
But you know what's another one? El Día de los Muertos.
Día de los Muertos, which they're incorporating more here now.
Yeah, a little bit more. But I want to keep it alive in my household. So for us during that time, we do an ofrenda. Because I just feel like that's one of the most beautiful things that we have in Mexican culture. So we do it here at our house. And I think that's what, you know, I'm trying to like incorporate little things about my culture because we have so many things.
I need to do better because I do mention Dia de los Muertos, like we do things for Dia de los Muertos, but I don't do ofrenda.
We do ofrenda.
Even though I've been meaning to do it, like no se me da, something always happens y no puedo.
But
yeah, I need to get better at incorporating that.
We love it.
I mean, I love it too, but like, cuando ya pasa, I'm like, wait, what days was it?
Yeah, my goal is to take my kids to Mexico during that time because it's so freaking beautiful. We do our little mini ofrenda here.
El pan de muertos.
Well, I will say we don't go 100% on it. We put the ofrenda up, but like beyond that, we'll put like little cocas or little candies. But beyond that, like we don't really put pan or anything.
That's the best part because you put the pan there and then you let the spirits come and what they say is you let them eat the stuff, you know, and then
put their favorite thing.
Yeah, and then like you can eat it after the Day of the Dead is over, and like you can taste the difference because it doesn't have flavor because
really, or maybe because it's been sitting out and that shit don't taste the same.
It's a
I'm
cultura.
Kidding, la cultura. But I do love that day and
what's the name of the movie?
Coco.
We watched Coco.
Oh,
I love that movie. That movie made me cry.
And every time.
Encanto. You like Encanto?
I like Encanto, but not as much as Coco.
No, Coco's like my top favorite one.
You know what's weird? Like my son cannot roll his R's for nothing to save his life.
Say my kids can't do it.
Why? I'm like Reyna. Like what is wrong with their mouths?
Carro, and they're like caro.
Why? So natural to us.
First of all, Dominicans can't say that R either. So
what do they say?
Like perdón. So it's kind of like it's in their DNA.
Yes, but like it's just so weird.
It makes it harder for them to say the R.
That was another cultura shock as I was older because I was like, what do you mean you can't roll your R? Like, it's just so natural to us.
Perdón, señor. Like, yo no, así te hablan con la, they're like, what? It's like, perdón.
That is so funny. Like,
Fernando cannot roll his R.
I've never noticed that. Like, so his name is Fernando?
Fernando.
He has to be able to say Reyna.
Like,
or is it Leyna?
It's probably like Reyna. Like, he doesn't really like.
Okay, that's cultura shock right now, live, because I had no idea.
We should call him and ask him how he says your name.
Before we wrap it up, we thought we would do something super cool. We call it rapid cultura shock. So just like little things about...
what do you mean?
You thought everybody else did what you did. So realizing it was just crazy. So for instance, what do you mean you didn't walk here?
What do you mean you don't dress up for Christmas and just sit in the freaking... What do you mean you have Thanksgiving early at 6 p.m.?
What do you mean the party started at 5? It's barely 8.
What do you mean you use your oven?
Oh my gosh!
Is that a story?
What do you mean you only have 2 cousins?
What do you mean like your parents don't give you a nickname that points out your insecurity?
What do you mean there's no salsa?
What do you mean?
What do you mean you don't eat pozole at Christmas?
What do you mean your dad doesn't know a guy who knows how to fix?
What do you mean your mom doesn't dress up to clean the bathroom? What do you mean you don't have a chihuahua? We would love to hear your biggest cultura shock, no matter where you came from, because I'm honestly really curious about that.
Yeah, everybody's gotta have one.
So message us, let us know what was your first cultura shock.
Thank you guys for listening and for watching. Don't forget to like, follow us, and comment. We have a Facebook page now, so it's Callate, right? Callate, let me finish. We have Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. That's where you guys can find us. So
yes, that way you guys don't miss anything.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I feel like I had a lot of fun with this one. It was
yes.
a lot of funny shit. We hope that you guys can share some stories with us.
Well, I guess that's it.
Until then, so see you next week.
Calladitas, but never finished. Bye.